Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. Today we're not sewing, today we're chatting, and today we're chatting mini backpacks. A few days ago I was looking to make, I had two backpacks to make. One for my youngest for his birthday and one for one of my friends' little girl that I owed her a backpack from before her birthday. So I was looking into making a mini backpack great for the park, so I started going through my pattern gallery. Should I do this? Should I do that? I started comparing sizes. I was looking through it and I said, you know what? I'm sure I'm not the only one who's asking these questions. I'm not the only one who's wondering which mini backpack should I make? Which one will work for me? So this is what we're talking about today on my channel. We're talking mini backpack. I've selected my top 5 favorites. I've added a bonus that doesn't fit the category, but I like it, so I wanted to add a 6th bonus one. And we will go over the specs, we'll go over how easy they are, how they're finished, and so on. So if this is something that you're interested in, you want to just hang out, find out about some cute mini backpack patterns available on the market right now, or just simply hang out with me, then definitely keep on watching. Let's start talking about which patterns I selected and why. So first and foremost, my reason for selecting these 5 is 1, I like them, 2, I've made them, 3, they fit the shape. I believe the trend with the mini backpack started with those Loungefly bags that you find in Disney or in Universal or probably in other theme parks, but I'm not familiar with them. Those Loungefly mini backpack, I don't have one because I make bags, so I don't really buy Loungefly bags. So, but the shape, maybe I'll put one in editing. I'll put a photo of a Loungefly bag, just a random one, so you can see the shape. So I chose patterns that are similar to the shape of that one, which I'm sure was the inspiration for most of the pattern designers that made these bags. They're all different in some ways, but they all fit that round top, square-ish bottom style. So that's why I picked the patterns. First, I went with the classic. I went with the mini. Here, this one. This is actually the one that I did in testing. I went with the Doodlebug Mini for this comparison. Then we will talk about the UO Creations Bailey. We will also talk about Lynn's Sport by Lynn's Handmade. We will also talk about, oops, this one is backwards. We will also talk about the Phoebe by Sincerely Jen, and we'll also include in the comparison the Cumberland backpack by So Sweetness Patterns. And the bonus one that doesn't fit the shape that I was talking about, but I like it and I already had one made, so I'll do a few mentions about it, is the Mini Denver by Swan. So these are the patterns that I've included, and we're going to go over a few categories. And the first category that I will do the comparison with is size. Okay, let's discuss size. They are all somewhat similar. So if you're looking for at least height by width side, they're pretty much similar. So you can't go wrong with either one of them. Actually, you can go wrong with either one of them overall after the review. But it's just a matter of picking which one works for what you need. So size-wise, the mini from Doodlebug is, and I do have a cheat sheet in front of me, so sometimes you'll see me reading at the cheat sheet because I wouldn't remember all the numbers. So the mini by Doodlebug is 10.5 inch tall by 9.5 inch wide, and it is 4 inch deep. So this is the one that I made in testing, and this is the one that I made during one of the sew-alongs that I've hosted. So this is the mini. The mini is again 10.5 by 9.5 by 4 width. moving on, and I will put on this video in editing, I will make a cheat sheet for you too that I will put on the video. This way you can take a screenshot and save it if you need it, so you don't go back and forth between the patterns. The lint sport is 12 inches tall, so 1.5 inches taller, but it's not noticeable, to be honest with you. Probably it's noticeable based on the fabric that you use. Yeah, you can see it when in between the vinyls that it is slightly taller, but not by much. So this is the Lint Sport by Lint Handmade. It's 12-inch tall by 10-inch wide, so 1/2 inch wider, and it's only 3 inches in depth. So this one is 3 inches. Then the Sincerely Jen Phoebe backpack is 12 inches tall. It is 10 inches wide, and for the width, this is 3 inches, the main part, but if you add the front pocket, that's adding some width, it is almost 4. I would say more of a 3.5, but it can be 4 if you add the pocket in the front, but for the main is 3 inches wide. Moving on to the widest one, not wide, sorry, the deepest one of them all. This is the Small Cumberland backpack by So Sweetness. This one is 12 inches tall, 10 inches wide, so these three are the same when it comes to height and width. And the depth, this one is the widest one. This one is 5 inches wide out of all of them. So this is the Cumberland. And last, we have the Bailey, the Small Bailey by UO Creations. The Small Bailey is 11.5 inches tall and 9.5 inches wide. And it's 4 inches in depth. So as you can see, they're pretty similar. My bonus one is the Mini Denver by Swoon, and the Mini Denver is 12 inches tall and 9 inches wide and about 4 inches in depth. Again, this is my bonus, in the bonus category for the mini backpacks. Okay. So this, as far as size goes, I will give you my preferred one, but let's make it very clear from the get-go. This is a positive review. I'm only giving you what I prefer. There's nothing negative about either one of them that I have to say, and I won't say. There's a lot of love and effort put into all this work by all the designers. I am not here to bash anyone, and you will never see that on my channel, honestly. So I will tell you which one wins for me in my own personal opinion for each category, and I'll tell you why. And for the size, since they're all similar in height and pretty much width, they're all winners. For width, my son prefers this. My son prefers the 5-inch because he stuffs his bag with all kinds of stuff. So honestly, this was my most favorite one because it's my kid's favorite one, so the widest one. As far as, so this one was my kid's favorite one, the widest one, 5 inches. My preferred one is the Lint's Handmade 4 inches wide. Because this one and this one, they're both 4, so this would be what I would lean towards. Also the mini, that one is 4. So 3 for me is a little too narrow on the main. 5 is what my kid loves. 4 is the middle ground, which is my preference. So that's about size. Up next, we're going to move on to how they're constructed on the inside, how they're finished. So let's move on to finishing. Let's talk finishing and construction. As per the pattern, most of them can be modified to your preferred method of finishing, but I will tell you how they're finished in the actual pattern. let's start with the mini. I'll try to keep the same order, this way it's easier to follow. So mini backpack from Diddlebug. Construction wise, it has a drop-in lining, which means you're going to sew the linings, the main, you're going to drop in the lining wrong side to the wrong side of the main, and you're going to stitch. So that is a drop-in lining. This is how the pattern is drafted. I have a video on my channel when I made this backpack. It's a modified mini, and this one I birthed it. So I can show you, I show you in that video how to make a birthed mini backpack. But as it stands in the pattern, it has a drop-in lining. Up next, we're moving on to the Linds Handmade. The Linds Handmade is finished with a binding on the inside, and Lindsay, the designer, is showing you how to add a binding made of waterproof canvas, so it matches the lining that I have on the backpack. It makes it a very nice finish and a very easy binding to do. So definitely a good option, and finished pretty easily. So this is the Linds Handmade finished with a binding. Moving on to the Phoebe by Sincerely Jen, and the Phoebe has two options included in the pattern. It has an option for birthing, and I think for this one I've used both of them. So I birthed the first part, like the main part here, the front, and then I did binding for the back. You can see my purple binding here. So the Phoebe includes both binding and a birthing option. It depends probably on the fabric that you're using, which one you want to select, but they're both included in the pattern. Moving on to the Cumberland. The Cumberland by Sew Sweetness includes, again, both options, a binding and birthing. So for mine, I did the same thing. I did birthing on one side, and then I did binding on the other side. And Sarah does show you a super easy way to add binding and fun, and I've applied that method actually to other patterns, so definitely check that out. And last but not least, the Bailey by UO Creations includes actually, yes, the Bailey is birthed through the pocket. So it has a zipper pocket on the inside, and it is birthed through that pocket. So it's the only one, I think, that's just birthed in the option. Now, because I enjoy doing binding. I know, don't throw rocks at the screen. I do enjoy doing binding. It's not the prettiest finish for me personally, because I'm not the greatest sewist there, but it's definitely the easiest one, and I like how it gives structure to the bag. So I ended up doing binding on my Bailey as well, also because I skipped the inside pocket, so there was no way to birth the bag since I had no inside pocket. But the pattern, as it's drafted, it's birthed through an inside pocket. That's how the designer made it. And last but not least, my bonus, the Denver. This is such a good cute pattern, even though it has a different shape than what we're talking about. The Denver is a birth pattern, so fully birthed. Again, any one of the styles of finishing, if you've done a couple of bags, maybe if it's not your first ever bag, but if you've done a few of them, you know you can apply any style of finishing to either one of the bags. As you can see, I've made a mini without the drop-in lining with a birth method, and I can link that video in the description. I've made the Bailey with binding instead of birthing. I think I've made a mini, or no? Many people have made minis with binding instead of dropping lining. So you can change them. Like it's not a difficult process to do whatever fits and works for you. Now, to pick my favorite, I will go, it's a toss for my favorite. It's a toss between the Cumberland, because I like that Sarah includes both options, both a birth and binding option, and I love how she does her binding. With a toss with Lynn's handmade binding option, because again, binding is my preferred method for making backpacks, and I'll tell you why. Even though it might sound weird, because I tend to use a lot of vinyl, which means thick and heavy. Binding makes the seams look a lot nicer since I can press them. They keep their shape nicer. It's a lot easier on my hands, because you know when you're turning vinyl it can get really rough. So definitely a lot easier on your hands, a lot easier to sew. So my preferred method would be binding, and I love the binding that Lynn's suggest with the waterproof canvas. Super easy. But again, it's a toss between these two. My least favorite method of making a backpack, or any bag for, actually, I stand corrected. I'll just stay with backpacks for now. My least favorite method of making a backpack is the dropping lining. So this was kind of like this was in testing, so I had to follow the testing, and this was for so long, and I wanted to show people that it can be done. Whether or not is my preferred method, that's definitely a no, but it can be done. So once I've done this so long, I've never made a drop-in lining for a backpack after that. So that's definitely my least favorite. However, plenty of vlogs out there or videos on YouTube where they show you how to make other finishings for the mini, including my video that shows you how to make this hack where you can put, you can birth it. And of course you can also add a drop-in lining. So this is it for the finishing method. The next category that we'll be talking about is pockets. We all love pockets, we all need pockets. Okay, pockets. I think the main categories that I wanted to talk about were the size and the finishing style. So I think those took the most time. I'll try to make it faster now, but I can promise you I'll be successful, but I try. So let's talk pockets. The Mini by Diddlebug includes a cargo pocket. I know some people don't like this one. I personally love a cargo pocket, especially if you're using woven for your backpack. Woven makes making a cargo pocket a lot easier than you could make one in vinyl. So it has this beautiful cargo pocket. It has two sides pockets with elastic. Again, easier to make them if you're using woven for the bottle. And it does have an inside pocket. All of them have inside pockets. So that was not my main topic that I want to cover. They all have inside pockets in various styles. So this is the Mini by Diddlebug. Moving on to Lynn Sport. Lynn Sport has this cute pocket outside that stands about ½ an inch above the bottom. So it's 3D on all sides. As you can see, it's out here about ½ an inch. And it's really cute. And again, most of them do include pockets within the pockets. I don't think I've added all of them to all of them. So if you don't see them in my video, that doesn't mean they're not in the pattern. Sometimes I skip some of the pockets. So this is the Lynn's handmade. Oh, and this one actually features this cute back pocket too. Very nice. I like this one. So this is the Lynn's handmade. No side pockets. So one front, one back, no sides. Moving on to the Phoebe. The Phoebe has this cool outside front pocket. Oh, and look at that. My kids have toys in them. This is my kids' backpack, obviously, Animal Crossing. So this one has a front pocket, which is actually as wide as the backpack, which I love that. I really love that. So up next is the Phoebe by Sincerely Jen Patterns. This one features a wider front pocket, which I love, 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 love. It's the pocket, it's included in the bottom. So as opposed to the Lynn's Handmade, which is higher up than the bottom of the backpack, this one comes from the bottom. So it's basically, it's looking like this from the side. See? It's coming out of the bottom of the bag. Beautiful. Of course, it includes inside pockets, which apparently I did add this time. I don't always do. And no side pockets. Next, Cumberland, small Cumberland by So Sweetness. The small Cumberland includes a front pocket with a snap or a twist lock. I use the snap for mine. It includes a zipper front pocket, and I do believe there were other mesh pockets inside here, but I didn't add them, so they are there in the pattern. I just don't have them on this one. It includes a plethora of pockets inside, which I didn't add, but they're there in the pattern, and it has no side pockets. Okay. Last, the Bailey from Ooh Creations. The Bailey includes a front pocket with a zipper. It also includes a second option in the pattern, which has a cargo pocket, so kind of like the mini. I wanted this one for this style. It has inside pockets. It has a slip pockets, which I did add, but it also has a zipper pockets, which helps you with the birthing, like I was mentioning before, which I didn't add. And it does not include any side pockets. And the bonus pattern, the Mini Denver, includes these two side pockets, and I do believe there's one inside as well. Again, it's just a bonus because it's cute and I love it. It doesn't fit in the category. Okay, so as far as pockets goes, which one is my favorite? It's the mini wins on this one. The mini by Beetlebag wins for me, and I'll tell you why. Again, it's nothing against the other patterns. It's my personal preference because I use this when I go to the parks and I put my water bottle in here. So these elastic water bottle pockets make all the difference for me. I need the side elastic water bottle pockets because I do use them all the time. I do love the cargo pocket in the front. So this pocket here is the least practical because it's not 3D. Again, the pattern does include a cargo pocket. I just wanted, when I made this one, I wanted this specific pocket. But I love a cargo pocket in the front, and I love the side pockets. So these, the mini by Beetlebag wins in my book. If you're doing the mini in the, as you can see, I've done a hack to it, and I'm showing you in that video. I've done a hack with the front zipper pocket like this one, a different finishing, but same idea. And it's vinyl, so I've done the side pockets in vinyl, and I can tell you, if you use vinyl and a thicker vinyl lined with waterproof canvas, a regular water bottle won't fit in here anymore. So use woven or increase the size of your pockets, because I told you I love those. When I made this one, I had to add them. Now you can put other stuff in it, but a small water bottle won't fit if you add vinyl. If you add elastic as designed in the pattern, thumbs up, #1. So that's my winner. Up next, the next category that I want to talk about is options included in the pattern. So how many options and how much you can get for the pattern. Let's talk options. And for options, I mean not stuff that you can add as a hack, because we can hack all of them to match or be different, or you can do, the world is your oyster. So I'm not going to talk about stuff you can make. I'm going to talk about options included in the actual pattern. The mini from Beetlebag includes just the one size. It includes the front pockets, side pockets, and that is it. So one option. You can skip them, you can add to it, whatever, but it's only one option in the pattern. The Lin's Handmade, the Lin Sport backpack includes one option. Includes this front pocket, this style pocket in the back, one size. Nothing wrong with that, I just want you to know what's included. The Phoebe, again, includes two styles of birthing. So you have two options of finishing, sorry. You have two options included in the pattern for finishing, but it includes one size and one style of pocket. Up next, the Cumberland by So Sweetness Design. This is definitely the best bang for the buck, by far. Because in the pattern, you have the small size, which is this one, included. But you also have a large size, which is the size of a regular school backpack. So if you get yourself the Cumberland, then you have two options. You have your park backpack, but you also have an option included in the pattern that is big like a school backpack. So you can definitely use that one. It includes two ways of finishing, both birth and binding. So another plus for the Cumberland. And various pockets, again, I already touched on those. Up next, the Bailey by UO Creations. UO. I hope I'm saying it right. I've been saying it UO in my mind ever since I bought the first pattern. So the Bailey, again, great bang for the buck if you're using for a variety of pocket options and size, because the Bailey includes two sizes. Includes a size small, which is this one, but be careful because the size small of Bailey is actually the largest one, because it also includes a mini size, which is smaller than the small, not by much, but it's smaller. So that's why I'm comparing this with this, because this is similar in size. So the mini one is smaller than this. So you have two sizes included in the pattern, and you also have two different pockets. So you have a pocket like this one that I made here, and there is also a cargo pocket included with the pattern. So if you're looking for two different options for pockets included in the pattern, you can definitely go for the Bailey. So options, a clear winner for me, Bailey and the So Sweetness Cumberland. And if I have to pick between the two, I will go with the Bailey, I will go with the Cumberland, because the two options are significantly different for purposes and for size. So one small for the park or toddler size, one big for school, adult size, big backpack. Whereas the Bailey, while it does have two options, it has a small and a smaller, you know what I mean? But definitely best bang for the buck. So winner for that category is, for me, it's the Cumberland. Up next in the category, we'll talk quickly and briefly about strap options, because for some people, especially for comfort, straps are important. So let's talk straps. Okay, strap options. The Beetlebug Mini Backpack has a great style of straps, meaning that it includes both a vinyl option. Actually, it's not an option, that's how the pattern is drafted. It includes vinyl part of the strap and then a webbing part of the strap that is adjustable with a slider. So you don't need the backpack, special backpack buckles, adjustable sliders. It's just a regular slider that you use for bags as well. So this is the mini. It includes, again, a two-part strap, a vinyl part and a webbing part with slider. And it's 1 inch wide. If it matters to you, and it does matter to me, this is a 1 inch wide strap. I've made it with a 1.5-inch strap, just thinking it would be more comfortable. At least in this vinyl, it was not. I definitely went back for my next one to a 1-inch strap. So for the mini, I encourage you to keep the pattern with 1-inch strap and follow it as suggested. There's a reason why, and I can tell you, it's not comfortable. It's not more comfortable on a backpack, at least not in patent leather, for sure, to leather. Up next, the Lin's Sport by Lin's Handmade includes the simplest way to make, out of all of them, to make the strap. I use the webbing for mine, but it does tell you in the pattern how to make your own strap, out of vinyl or woven if you want. And it's a 1-part strap. So I'm not counting the connectors, obviously. It's 1 part versus a 2-part strap. So Lin's Handmade is definitely the easiest one when it comes to straps. Next, Phoebe. Phoebe has, again, a 1-part strap. And it's super cute how it's added, see? It includes a detail here on the front, which it creates also the handle. I adore this. So see, it's a webbing that creates the handle, and in it, it shows you how to add your strap. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to wear it as a backpack, you can definitely transform this one and wear it with obviously a different length strap. Wear it as a crossbody or just a shoulder bag, like this, see? Because of the way the straps are designed in the pattern. So it does have another option, and the straps are one piece. Next, and these last two are pretty similar, the Cumberland has a 2 strap style. One, it's a thicker with foam, pretty wide shoulder strap, which my son loves. Like, this is definitely his preferred way. He asked me to add like the front clip, and I will add it before we get to the parks. But it has like a regular school backpack style of finishing, meaning a soft foam strap and then a webbing on the bottom. So it's a 2-part strap, and this one does require, I don't have any, so I didn't use it on mine, but it does require, if you have them, regular 2-bar backpack adjuster. You can find them everywhere, Joann, Amazon, everywhere. They're not expensive. I just didn't have any, and they usually come in plastic. I don't like adding plastic hardware when I use such beautiful hardware everywhere else. Look at this gunmetal. It's full of pretty gunmetal hardware, and then I would have added plastic here, so I didn't. So therefore I just added an adjustable slider, like one of the ones with the bar in the center, so it locks it in. But as instructed in the pattern, you do need that style of buckle. And this is about 2.5 inches wide for the small size. Again, that's the style of the strap. Let me place them like this so you can see. Okay, and last, the Bailey includes also a 2-part strap. You can see here, and this one is narrower, which I like. I actually like this a lot. So it's a softer one. It asks you in the pattern to put fusible fleece inside. This one requires foam, but this one requires fusible fleece, and it goes inside this part, the one that sits on your shoulder, and then the adjustable part is webbing, same here. And again, the pattern does require you the backpack buckle adjuster for both of them. Same thing, I didn't have any, so I didn't use any. I use an adjustable slider. Don't use a fixed bar slider, because that won't hold the bag, it will slide off. If you use an adjustable slider, so the one that moves in the center, the bar is movable, it will lock it in when you wear it, because you don't want it to slide off. Ask me how I know. So this is how the straps are done on the Bailey. Now, my preference, if I have to choose one, only one, I would go with the Bailey. That's my winner for the straps, because I like this part that's soft on my shoulder. I like that it's gives me an option to add more designs to the, and a pop of color to my bag. And I do think this one, it would be the most comfortable. I haven't taken it to the park yet, so that's my fine print. I have not tried it yet, so I'm assuming it will be very comfortable, because I've worn backpacks with straps like this at the park, and they were indeed very comfortable. So this would be my winner right now. As far as my second runner-up, very close to winning, it would definitely be the mini or the Linds Handmade, because I love a 1-inch strap, and for easiness, the Linds Handmade is definitely the easiest one, because it has just one way of making it. It's not a two-part, it's quick, easy, very cool. And the Phoebe wins the strap war in terms of cuteness and prettiness and functionality, because the Phoebe is actually the only one that you can turn into something else. So, and you can take them off altogether if you want to just have the handle. The Phoebe is the only one that actually has the straps removable altogether. So as far as cuteness, functionality, and a little extra something, Phoebe by Sincerely Jen is my winner as far as straps go. I have one more category for you. I actually had two, but one is which one is the closest to Loungefly. And that one also depends, because Loungefly has been coming out with a lot of new style backpacks. At the beginning, when I was going to the park was full of Loungeflies with a front cargo pocket. So definitely the closest one was the Diddle by Diddlebug, by far. So that category, I excluded it from the official list because it's also a category that's changing all the time, whereas the pattern will be the same. The last category that I want to talk to you about is price of the pattern, and I will give you the price with no discounts, no sales, no anything, just the pattern if you were to buy it tomorrow without any discounts. Okay, let's talk price. The Mini by Diddlebug is available on Etsy, and that one is $6.99 on Etsy. Up next, the Linds Sport by Linds Handmade. I believe Lindsay has an Etsy store and her own website, and this one is $7.99. The Phoebe, available on the Sincerely Jen website. The Phoebe is $6.99 for the pattern. The most, actually, not the most expensive one. It depends how you look at it. Up next is the Cumberland by So Sweetness Design. The pattern is $9, available on the So Sweetness website. And it also has an option where you can pay $15, and it includes video format of the pattern, videos filmed by Sarah herself. So if you're looking to have extra help included in the pattern, you can purchase the $15 option, but just the pattern itself is $9. The Bailey by UO Creations is 13 Canadian dollars. The designer is in Canada, so this one is $13 Canadian, which translates to about $10 and under 50 cents US. A lot of them have videos included except for the Cumberland. The Linds Sport, Phoebe, Bailey, they have videos included in the pattern with links to YouTube. I don't think the Mini does. However, all of them, including the Mini, have videos all over YouTube, I'm sure. I don't think this one does. Like me personally, I don't do videos for So Sweetness patterns because it's against Sarah's platform. So I don't do videos for with parents from designer that sell their video, because it's basically taking away from their stuff, their earnings. So I don't want to do that. So I don't know about videos on YouTube for the Cumberland, but I'm sure there's videos on YouTube for all of them. I personally have a sew along, a 5-part sew along for the mini Diddlebug that I've hosted a while back, and I have another video on my channel with the hacked option, with the birthed option and this front pocket. I plan on doing a Bailey very soon, and Phoebe. I actually think I have a Phoebe. I'm gonna have to look. If I do, I'll link everything, obviously. And then the last one that I wanted to mention, the bonus pattern featured here, is the Denver by Swoon. The Denver has 2 options. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. The Denver comes in mini, which is this one, but it also comes in a bigger size. And I do have a sew along for it on my channel, so definitely check it out. And this one is $5.95. So this one is actually the least expensive out of all of them, and it includes 2 options. However, it doesn't fit in the round shape top category, so it's just a bonus. Now it's up to you. I won't pick a winner as far as price goes, because obviously it would be easiest to pick the cheapest one because it's the less expensive, but you have to balance what you need, because for a lot of us, $15 for the Cumberland is the best option out of all of them, because it includes an adult size, a small size, it includes videos, it includes various options. It depends on what your needs are. If you want to spend just the money for the mini, or just the money for just the $7.99 for Lynn's Handmade, I won't pick a winner for that category. You know which one is the winner for you when it comes to cost versus options versus needs at the end of the day. Because you may say, oh, I definitely don't want a 5 one, I only want a 3-inch wide one. So for you, it's totally worth spending the money for the Phoebe versus the money for the mini, you know? So I'll let you be the judge of who's the winner as far as price goes. And that being said, I think I've went over all categories. I hope you enjoyed this, I wanted to say brief run through all the my top 5 plus bonus mini backpacks that I use a lot of the times for the parks. And not only, my kids love their mini backpacks for all the outings. I will briefly run through all the fabrics and where they're coming from, because I know that's one of my most, besides which pattern is this, is where did you get that fabric. So quickly, all these are backstitch. This is backstitch woven, and this is backstitch vinyl. So all of them are backstitch. The Lynn's Handmade is Sweet and Charm fabric. The Denver is, I think this is my embroidery, and the woven that I used for the Denver is from Backstitch Fabrics. Another Backstitch beauty. This one is the Backstitch vinyl in the Animal Crossing inspired print. I will link all the stuff as always. I'll link the patterns, I'll link the hardware, I'll link everything in the description of this video, so it will be just a click away. The Cumberland is made with Sweet and Charm vinyl. I love it. This one is for my kiddo because it's his birthday this week, and he's all about Star Wars these days, so this is for him. And last but not least, this Bailey is with Purple Dragon vinyl fabrics. All my hardware, probably 99% of it, 99.99% of it is coming from Wizardry Stitchery and Crafts. The zipper tapes, look at this gorgeous one, and this one with the stars, and oh, it's perfect. This one too, this one too, this one too, this one too. This is the only one that's not from Wizardry Stitchery and Crafts, I think the purple one. The rest, all of them are from Wizardry. All the hardware, all the beautiful, oh, look at this. Humor me for a second and look at this gorgeous Haunted Mansion zipper pull. It's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I digress. I don't want to deviate from the theme of this video, so I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this helpful. Don't hesitate to ask me if you have any questions in the comments of this video. Also, if you think this is something you would like to see more of, I call this in my notes as I was preparing for the video, I call this the Battle of the Mini Backpacks. So if you want to turn the Battle of the Mini Backpacks into a series on my channel, let me know in the comments. We can do other themes too. We can do the Battle of the Crossbody Bags and the Battle of the Christmas Stockings, or I don't know, I'm just throwing things out there. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would be interested in watching on my channel. And we can definitely sprinkle one of these videos here and there. In the meantime, we have a sew-along going on right now on my channel, so definitely check that one out. And I will talk to you in my next one. Mwah. Bye!